Episode 14, Virus Hotspots, Identifying and Eliminating Risks. Hello, and welcome back to the SRS Podcast, Unmasking the World of Specialist Cleaning. I'm your host, and today we're diving into a topic that affects every single one of us, often without us realizing it. Viruses, those invisible adversaries, hide in plain sight, waiting for the perfect opportunity to spread. But where exactly are they lurking, and how can we make our environments safer? Today's episode is titled Virus Hotspots, Identifying and Eliminating Risks. And by the end of this, you'll not only know where those pesky pathogens hide, but also how Specialist Remediation Solutions tackles them with professionalism and precision. Let me start with a question. Have you ever thought about how many surfaces you touch during a typical day? Think about it. Door handles, lift buttons, your phone screen, even your kettle at home. Now consider this, scientists have found that viruses like the flu and norovirus can survive on surfaces for hours, sometimes days, under the right conditions. And in the case of some pathogens like SARS-CoV-2, they can spread not just through touch, but through microscopic particles in the air. Alarming, isn't it? Here's another fact to set the tone. During the peak of the COVID-19 pandemic, public health experts identified shared spaces like offices, schools, and public transport as major virus hotspots. It's not just about where people gather, it's about the surfaces they touch, the air they breathe, and ultimately the environments they share. Cleaning these spaces isn't just a matter of appearance or routine, it's about health, safety, and trust. Now, why does this matter to you? Whether you're a property owner, a landlord, a business leader, or simply someone who wants to keep your family safe, understanding how viruses spread and how to mitigate their risks is crucial. Beyond the health implications, there are legal and financial consequences too. Did you know that in the UK, duty holders are legally required under the Control of Substances Hazardous to Health or COSHA regulations to manage the risks associated with hazardous substances, including biological agents? It's not just good practice, it's the law. So today we'll explore how to identify virus hotspots, the challenges of cleaning them, and the tools and techniques we use at Specialist Remediation Solutions to eliminate the risks. We'll share real-world stories, dive into the science, and reflect on why this work matters on a societal level. Along the way, I'll pose questions to help you think about your own environment and whether you're doing enough to keep it safe. Before we get into the details, let me give you a little background on SRS. At Specialist Remediation Solutions, we're experts in biohazard cleaning, including infectious disease control. Our job is to step in where others can't, bringing a combination of technical expertise and compassion to every situation. Whether it's sanitizing a public transport network, decontaminating an office after an outbreak, or restoring a care home to safety, we've seen it all. Our mission is to make spaces not just cleaner, but safer, giving people peace of mind in environments they depend on every day. In this episode, we'll cover 5 key areas. First, we'll explain what biohazard cleaning is and why it's so critical. Next, we'll share real-world case studies to bring the topic to life. Then we'll take a closer look at the tools, techniques, and safety protocols we use. After that, we'll explore the science behind the work, breaking down how cleaning actually neutralizes viruses. And finally, we'll reflect on the broader lessons we've learned, from the importance of preparation to the human side of biohazard cleaning. By the end of this episode, I hope you'll have a new appreciation for the invisible battles being fought every day to keep people safe. And who knows? You might even look at your surroundings a little differently. So let's dive in and start unmasking the world of virus hotspots. So what exactly is biohazard cleaning? At its core, biohazard cleaning is about identifying, cleaning, and restoring areas affected by biological hazards. This includes everything from bloodborne pathogens and bodily fluids to viruses and bacteria. When it comes to infectious disease control, the focus is on breaking the chain of transmission, ensuring that environments are safe for everyone who uses them. Now, you might think regular cleaning is enough to tackle these issues, but the truth is it's not. While standard cleaning routines can remove visible dirt and grime, they don't necessarily neutralize pathogens. Biohazard cleaning requires a much deeper approach, combining advanced disinfectants, specialized equipment, and rigorous protocols. It's not just about making a space look clean, it's about making it safe at a microscopic level. Why is this service so critical? Let's start with the societal impact. Viruses don't just affect individuals, they can disrupt entire communities. Think back to the lockdowns and restrictions of the COVID-19 pandemic. Schools closed, businesses shut their doors, and healthcare systems were stretched to their limits. Proper cleaning and decontamination played a crucial role in controlling the spread and allowing life to resume safely. Legally, the stakes are just as high. In the UK, employers and property managers have a duty of care under COSH regulations to minimize risks from hazardous substances, including viruses. Failure to comply can result in hefty fines, legal action, and most importantly, a loss of trust from employees, tenants, or customers. Environmentally, biohazard cleaning is also about protecting shared spaces. Whether it's a public park, a shopping centre, or a hospital, these environments are only as safe as the care taken to maintain them. Proper cleaning prevents outbreaks, reduces absenteeism, and builds confidence in the spaces we use daily. So what makes biohazard cleaning different? At SRS, it starts with a detailed risk assessment. Every space is unique, and understanding its specific challenges is key. Are we dealing with a high-traffic office where the focus is on frequently touched surfaces? Or is it a hospital room where airborne particles pose a greater risk? From there, we develop a tailored cleaning plan using techniques and tools designed to address the specific hazards present. In the next section, we'll look at real-world examples that show how these principles are applied in practice. But before we move on, let me ask you this. When was the last time you thought about the virus hotspots in your own environment? Could your workplace, home, or favorite cafe be harboring invisible risks? If you're unsure, don't worry, we're here to help you figure it out. Now that we've laid the groundwork, let's bring biohazard cleaning to life with real-world examples. These stories illustrate not only the challenges we face, but also the impact of professional cleaning done right. Each one highlights the importance of identifying virus hotspots and eliminating risks effectively. The office outbreak. Our first story takes us to a busy office in central London. Picture a typical Monday morning, colleagues greeting each other, phones ringing, the coffee machine working overtime. It seemed like a normal day until an employee tested positive for COVID-19 midweek. Suddenly, the office became a potential virus hotspot. The building manager faced a tough decision: close the office indefinitely or act quickly to mitigate the risk. That's when SRS stepped in. Our team arrived within hours, equipped with fogging machines, PPE, and disinfectants proven to neutralize SARS-CoV-2. The first step was a comprehensive risk assessment. We identified high-touch surfaces, door handles, desks, lift buttons, and communal kitchen areas as critical points for cleaning. Next, we used electrostatic sprayers to ensure disinfectants coated every surface evenly, even in hard-to-reach areas. Within 48 hours, the office was certified safe to reopen. Employees returned with peace of mind, knowing their workplace had been professionally decontaminated. For the building manager, it was a reminder of the importance of having a biohazard response plan in place. And for us, it was another mission accomplished. The Bus Depot Challenge. Our next story takes us to Manchester, where a bus depot faced a norovirus outbreak among its drivers. If you've ever experienced norovirus, you'll know how unpleasant it is: extreme nausea, vomiting, and fatigue. The virus spreads rapidly, especially in enclosed spaces like buses. With several drivers off sick, the depot was struggling to maintain its routes, putting the city's public transport network at risk. The depot contacted us for help. Our first task was to isolate the affected buses. Norovirus can survive on surfaces like handrails and payment terminals for days, so we focused on these high-risk areas. We used advanced disinfectants and ATP testing to measure the level of contamination before and after cleaning. This technology, which measures the presence of organic material, ensures our work is not just thorough, but verifiable. After deep cleaning each bus, we turned our attention to the depot itself, locker rooms, shared equipment, and the canteen. By the end of the process, the entire facility was sanitized and the depot resumed operations. For the drivers, it was a lesson in the value of robust hygiene protocols. And for Manchester's commuters, It meant getting to work and school without interruption. A care home in crisis. Our final story is perhaps the most emotional. In Birmingham, a care home for elderly residents experienced an MRSA outbreak. For those unfamiliar, MRSA is a type of bacteria resistant to many antibiotics, making it particularly dangerous for vulnerable populations. The care home contacted us after an initial deep clean by their staff failed to control the outbreak. When we arrived, the situation was dire. Several residents had been hospitalized, and the remaining staff and residents were understandably anxious. Compassion was as critical as competence in this scenario. We began with a zone isolation approach, working section by section to minimize disruption. High-grade disinfectants and UVC light technology were used to sanitize patient rooms, communal areas, and medical equipment. Every surface from bed rails to mobility aids was meticulously cleaned. We also provided the staff with training on improved hygiene practices to prevent future outbreaks. When we completed the job, the care home was given the all clear. Residents could return to their routines, and staff felt empowered to maintain a safer environment. This case reinforced the human side of our work, the lives we protect, and the communities we support. Main content: tools, techniques, and safety protocols expanded to begin reaching word count. Now that we've seen the impact of biohazard cleaning, let's talk about the tools and techniques we use to get the job done. At SRS, every tool in our arsenal is designed to tackle pathogens efficiently and effectively while adhering to strict UK regulations. Fogging machines. Fogging machines disperse fine particles of disinfectant into the air, ensuring coverage of even the most hard-to-reach areas. Imagine trying to spray every nook and cranny of a crowded bus or a cluttered office desk. Fogging technology ensures no surface is missed, creating a barrier against pathogens. Electrostatic sprayers. These devices charge disinfectant particles so they adhere evenly to surfaces. Think of it like a magnet. Positively charged particles stick to negatively charged surfaces, ensuring complete coverage. This is especially useful for curved or textured surfaces, like chair armrests or railings. HEPA filtration systems, high efficiency. Particulate air. HEPA filters are critical for capturing airborne particles. Whether we're dealing with a virus like influenza or a bacterial outbreak, these systems help contain and remove pathogens from the air. ATP testing devices. As I mentioned earlier, ATP testing measures the level of organic material on a surface. This allows us to verify the effectiveness of our cleaning and provides clients with quantifiable results. Every project begins with a risk assessment where we identify hazards and determine the most effective cleaning approach. This ensures compliance with UK laws, including COSHH regulations and HSE guidance. PPE, personal protective equipment. Our team always uses full PPE, including gloves, masks, and gowns to protect both themselves and the environment. Waste disposal. Biohazard. Waste is handled in accordance with UK regulations, ensuring it is safely removed and disposed of at licensed facilities. Zoning. For larger sites, we divide the area into zones, cleaning and decontaminating each one systematically. This minimizes the risk of cross-contamination and ensures a thorough job. The cleaning process itself involves multiple steps. Initial clean, removing visible dirt and debris to prepare surfaces for disinfection. Disinfection, applying advanced cleaning agents to neutralize pathogens. We often use quaternary ammonium compounds, which are highly effective against viruses and bacteria. Verification, using ATP testing or microbiological swabs to confirm the space is safe. Follow up, providing clients with a detailed report of our findings and recommendations for ongoing hygiene. Let's take a step back and dive into the science behind biohazard cleaning. Why is it so effective? And what's really happening at a microscopic level when we eliminate viruses and other pathogens? Understanding the science is crucial for appreciating why professional cleaning services like SRS are so vital. Viruses are microscopic particles that require a host, like a human cell, to replicate. Unlike bacteria, which can often survive and grow independently, viruses are highly specialized. They're also incredibly resilient under the right conditions. Take SARS-CoV-2, for example. It spreads primarily through respiratory droplets, but those droplets can settle on surfaces and linger for hours or even days. Imagine touching a contaminated surface, then absent-mindedly rubbing your eyes or adjusting your mask. That simple act can transfer the virus to your mucous membranes, where it begins its work. The scientific term for contaminated objects and surfaces is fomites. High touch points, door handles, keyboards, light switches are common fomites that facilitate virus transmission. In environments like offices or public transport, these fomites become hotspots, especially if cleaning is inconsistent or inadequate. Understanding fomites highlights the importance of thorough and targeted cleaning. Standard cleaning might remove visible dirt, but it doesn't necessarily destroy pathogens. That's where biohazard cleaning steps in, neutralizing the invisible dangers that pose real risks. Let's talk about disinfectants, the unsung heroes of virus control. Disinfectants work by disrupting the virus's outer layer, often called the envelope. This layer is essential for the virus to attach to and infect human cells. When the envelope is damaged, the virus becomes inactive. It's effectively neutralized. At SRS, we use disinfectants tailored to the specific threat. For enveloped viruses like coronaviruses or influenza, alcohol-based disinfectants are particularly effective. They dissolve the lipid membrane, rendering the virus harmless. For non-enveloped viruses, which are tougher to kill, we use quaternary ammonium compounds or hydrogen peroxide solutions. These penetrate the virus's protective shell and destroy its ability to function. Not all viruses rely on surfaces to spread. Airborne pathogens, such as those causing tuberculosis or measles, are particularly challenging. That's where HEPA filtration comes into play. These filters are designed to capture particles as small as 0.3 microns, effectively trapping viruses and preventing them from circulating in the air. Think of a HEPA filter as a superfine sieve. Air passes through, but harmful particles get stuck. It's an essential tool in environments like hospitals where controlling airborne risks is a matter of life and death. We've mentioned ATP testing a few times, but let's break it down. ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, is an energy-carrying molecule found in all living cells. By measuring ATP levels on a surface, we can determine how much organic material, potentially including viruses or bacteria, is present. After cleaning, we retest surfaces to ensure ATP levels have dropped significantly. It's a way to validate our work scientifically, providing peace of mind to clients and demonstrating compliance with UK standards. The world of biohazard cleaning is constantly evolving, and new technologies are making the process even more effective. For example, UVC light technology. This form of ultraviolet light destroys pathogens by damaging their DNA or RNA. It's particularly useful in healthcare settings where chemical-free options are often preferred. Green cleaning products. As concerns about environmental impact grow, more companies are developing eco-friendly disinfectants that are just as effective as traditional chemicals. Robotic cleaning systems. In larger spaces, autonomous cleaning robots equipped with UVC lights or fogging systems can enhance efficiency and consistency. The science behind biohazard cleaning is as fascinating as it is essential. By understanding the mechanisms of virus transmission and neutralization, we can develop more effective strategies to protect people and environments. At this point, you might be thinking, what can I take away from this episode? What broader lessons apply to my life or work? Let's reflect on a few key themes. 1, preparation is key. Whether you're managing a property, running a business, or maintaining your home, preparation is half the battle. Virus outbreaks often catch people off guard, but having a plan in place can make all the difference. Do you know the high touch points in your environment? Do you have a response protocol if someone gets sick? If not, now's the time to start thinking about it. At SRS, every project begins with a risk assessment, and you can adopt the same principle in your own life. Take a walk through your environment and identify the areas most likely to harbour germs. Kitchens, bathrooms, shared desks, these are all hotspots that deserve extra attention. 2, compassion and discretion matter. Biohazard cleaning isn't just about science and regulations, it's about people. The case study of the care home in Birmingham is a powerful reminder of the human side of this work. Behind every outbreak is a community affected, people who are scared, vulnerable, and in need of reassurance. At SRS, we approach every job with empathy and respect. Whether we're working in a private home or a public space, we recognize the emotional weight of what we do. It's not just about making things safe, it's about restoring peace of mind. 3, the value of compliance. For landlords, duty holders, and business owners, compliance isn't optional. UK regulations like COSH exist for a reason: to protect people from harm. Ignoring these responsibilities can lead to severe consequences, including legal action, financial loss, and reputational damage. But compliance isn't just about avoiding penalties, it's about creating environments where people feel safe and valued. When you prioritize hygiene and safety, you're sending a powerful message to employees, tenants, or customers. You care about their well-being. 4, the ripple effect. Finally, let's talk about the bigger picture. Effective biohazard cleaning doesn't just benefit individuals, it strengthens communities. A single outbreak can have a cascading impact, disrupting schools, workplaces, and public services. By addressing virus hotspots, we're not just solving a local problem, we're contributing to public health on a larger scale. Think of it like ripples in a pond. When we take action to control viruses in one environment, the effects spread outward, reducing risks for everyone. It's a collective effort and we all have a role to play. We've covered a lot of ground today, so let's take a moment to recap the key points. First, we explored the hidden dangers of virus hotspots, those high-touch surfaces and shared spaces that can harbour pathogens long after we've stopped thinking about them. From door handles to desk surfaces, these are the unseen battlegrounds of infection control. Next, we talked about the importance of professional biohazard cleaning. This isn't just about keeping spaces tidy, it's about breaking the chain of transmission and ensuring environments are genuinely safe. We shared real-world examples, from a London office to a care home in Birmingham, to show how this work makes a tangible difference. We then looked at the tools, techniques, and science behind biohazard cleaning. Whether it's fogging machines, HEPA filters, or advanced disinfectants, each tool plays a critical role in neutralizing threats. And let's not forget the scientific principles that guide this work, from understanding how viruses spread to validating results with ATP testing. Finally, we reflected on the broader lessons. Preparation, compassion, compliance, and community, these aren't just themes of today's episode, they're guiding principles for anyone looking to create safer, healthier spaces. But perhaps the most important takeaway is this: biohazard cleaning isn't just a technical service, it's a human one. Behind every project are people whose lives are impacted. Whether it's the office worker returning to a clean desk, the bus driver resuming their route, or the care home resident finding safety and comfort in their room. At SRS, our mission goes beyond cleaning. We restore trust and safety to the spaces that matter most. Whether it's a workplace, a public transport hub, or a family home, we bring expertise, empathy, and meticulous care to every job. We understand that our work isn't just about removing risks, it's about helping people move forward. We also know that compliance with UK regulations like COSH isn't just a box to tick, it's a commitment to protecting lives. That's why we stay at the forefront of biohazard cleaning, continuously improving our methods and adopting the latest innovations. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Every space we enter has a story. Some of those stories are filled with joy and connection, while others carry the weight of challenges and loss. Biohazard cleaning ensures that these spaces can continue to serve their purpose, free from the risks that viruses and pathogens pose. It's about resilience, renewal, and the belief that every environment deserves to be safe. So the next time you touch a door handle or sit at a shared desk, remember the invisible work that keeps you protected. And if you're ever in doubt about the safety of your own space, know that help is just a call away. If today's episode has made you think about the hidden risks in your environment, don't wait to act. Visit srsolutions.uk to learn more about our biohazard cleaning services. You'll find resources, guidance, and the expertise you need to ensure your space is safe and compliant. And if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to subscribe to the SRS podcast so you never miss an update. Share this episode with friends, colleagues, or anyone who could benefit from understanding the importance of biohazard cleaning. Together, we can spread awareness and create healthier spaces for everyone. Finally, join us next time as we delve into another critical topic. Asbestos remediation. We'll explore how to identify and manage this hidden hazard in buildings across the UK. Until then, take care, stay safe, and remember the first step to solving a problem is understanding it. Thank you for tuning in to the SRS podcast, Unmasking the World of Specialist Cleaning. I'm your host, and it's been a pleasure guiding you through today's episode. Until next time, let's keep working together to make our environment safer, cleaner, and healthier for everyone. Goodbye for now.